Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Win with Ryan, where we cover all of the crypto markets, the hot news and headlines. And in today's video, we are covering the headlines, the news, and the price analysis for Polkadot, DOT. So stay tuned in this video where we're going to go ahead and cover everything with Polkadot. Just to let you guys know, I tried out a new system, which is Coin Markets Pro by Cointelegraph, and Polkadot is actually my first purchase on the system. So I'll show you the results, how that went in this video. I'm going to show you the live charts on this video, and we're going to chart it up and see if we think that it's coming to an end of this current up run, or if it could go up and continue to its all-time high, which is very close actually. So we'll see if the momentum is here. Let's go ahead and dive in and take a look. All right, so here we have the daily chart for Polkadot versus the US dollar. And as you can see, currently it is at $33.12. And these are daily. Each one of these candlesticks represents one day. As you can see, yesterday was a very positive day, and I actually got the signal to get into Polkadot yesterday. And so I did jump in there. If you guys look down here at the TDI, you can see it's at the very bottom, basically at the 50% level, but it is making a breakthrough heading up, which is a very, very positive thing. The only thing that bothers me is that there is this candle body was so big that there's no wicks. And remember, I always talk about it. The wick, if you look at yesterday, the candle before yesterday is right here. The wick stopped at $31.33, while this candle here is the brand new daily candle. Usually would come down and touch in the area of that before continuing its way up. And at the moment, if you look here, it has just the tiniest little baby wick on the bottom. So we'll see. The markets do not like to leave gaps between days or between 4-hour candles, which we talk about a lot on this channel. And we'll see what happens. We can see if this momentum continues up. And the all-time high is up here at $42.70 would be a new all-time high. See if we can get some momentum over the next couple of days to carry us over there. As you can see, we've been consolidating in this range here. In fact, it actually was consolidating here at about $33, and then all of a sudden, boom, it went down and took out some liquidity on the seller side. Now it is shooting back up. We can see, hopefully, that this continues up. I actually got into the trade, not at the very beginning of the day of 29 cents. I got in this trade at $30.20. So we're up $4.40 at this time, which is pretty good. It's about a 10% gain, 9% gain. If we take out our measuring stick here, remember this is trading view if you guys watch the channel. If we go to where we got into the trade, which is basically $30.20, and we go up to the current price, which is $33.30. So about a 10% gain. So the one thing I'm worried about, and this happens a lot when you're in a trade, so I'm doing, this is my like test run for the $1,000 challenge that we're going to be doing. I'm just waiting for Voyager to approve my account. But with this trade, up 10%. So if you're in for $1,000, you purchased coins and it ran up 10%, you made $100 for the day. Is that not enough, right? So you don't want to be greedy. And so that's the only thing that I'm worried about right now in this. I see it continuing up because of the fact, if you'll notice, the prices continue, they go up to the top band and then they drop to the bottom and then they stick around and then they go back up to the top and so on the daily. They're always doing the ups and downs here. And when they break through the blue line, they usually come back up with a vengeance. So I don't know. Comment down below. Should I hold it? Should I just hold it and ride it through? I mean, it could just simply come all the way down to 31 cents and go back up. I do not see it coming down below that wick, which is still a positive trade. But at the same time, there's other trades to be had out there. So this is not a long-term play. So I'm just trying to make some quick profits on this one because my goal is to take $1,000 and turn that into $2,000 and see how quickly we can actually do that. This is an unofficial first attempt at it. So Polkadot was the first signal that I got from the Coin Markets Pro, which I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. But that's what we got going on. So this is our daily chart. Let's go ahead and break it down to the hourly. If we look on the hourly, if you remember this right here, the green line is what we always track. Okay, so the green line is running up and up and up and up. Now on the 1 hour, it's starting to look like exhaustion. So I don't know. This is where the timidness is coming in. I'm not sure if I should pull out of this trade yet. My exit was right here at $34.50, but we're getting pretty close. So like I said, comment down below. Should I stay in it or should I get out? But this is the 1 hour chart. As you can see, we're definitely in a major uptrend. Everything is looking really good right now as far as that goes. In fact, we are in a ascending channel, which can also sometimes be a bearish signal. So let's go ahead, switch this to the lines. Go here. Make sure you touch at least 2 points. Like that. Boom. All right. So we are in an ascending channel, which is actually a lot of times a bearish signal because it'll run up and then it'll just dump on you. So we're going to be monitoring this very closely. We're down to $33.08. We have been up higher than that. If you look on the candles, you know, we've been all the way up to $33.50. So we'll monitor it during this video and see what happens. But let's go ahead and take a look at the actual analysis for you guys and see what we are looking for in the charts. USD, Polkadot broke below the symmetrical triangle and the 50-day SMA of $32.50. So that was here. So you had your symmetrical triangle going on. That was the previous pattern that it was locked in. It broke below. In fact, it came all the way down here to nearly $26. And then it started trying to go back up. All right. So after the price breaks below an important level, it tends to retest that level. In this case, the price may rise to the breakdown point, which was the 20-day EMA of $34.26, which we're really close to right now. So we're close to 33.50, which is close to 34.26. So we've got to monitor this very, very closely, and we'll see what happens. If the price turns down from this resistance, it will suggest that sentiment has turned negative and traders are selling on rallies. The bears will then try to sink the price to $26.50. If they can pull it off, the USD pair could extend its decline to the pattern target of $18.22. This negative view will invalidate if the bulls can push and sustain the price above the 20-day EMA. Such a move will suggest strong buying at lower levels and a possible consolidation for a few days. Okay, so here we have the zoomed in view of the chart, the resistance line of the symmetrical triangle. This is the 20-day EMA, which is currently stated at $34.26. So we are really close to $34.26, and that's where we are monitoring this for today. We're going to see if the price can run all the way up to $34.26. And then if it breaks through there, then we'll stay in the trade and continue running it up. But if it starts to have a retracement or a pullback, then we're going to get out of that. As you'll notice, the RSI is at $46.28%, which is actually very low. So that's not a good sign. However, it is making a very sharp upturn, which that is a very positive thing. So we got a lot of things, positive and negative for Polkadot right now. All right, and here we have the Cointelegraph Markets Pro dashboard. This is the Polkadot dashboard. As you can see, the market cap 31 billion is up 10%. The volume is at 2 billion, which is down significantly. So not a whole lot of inflow, outflow Polkadot going on right now. And then also the tweets are not being talked about a whole lot. However, the Vortex score is 78. And when that reaches 80, which it has been within this last 24 hours, it is a buy signal by Cointelegraph Markets Pro. So right now, as you can see, this is the price of the actual coin of Polkadot, and it ran all the way down here to $29. Right now we are running up, and so a couple of things can happen. Usually it'll come back up to basically this previous lows, right, which was $34. Or it can go all the way up to previous highs, which is the $40. Okay. So this line right here, the colored line though, when it's green, that is positive news. When it turns to this orangish color, that means that it's bearish sentiment, and typically it's going to start to drop down. So right now it has been riding the positive number. It did reach a apex of 80 yesterday, and I had to definitely jump in there. So we're going to keep on riding this out. To give you an idea of what comes with the Polkadot chart here, you'll get the latest news quakes, as they call it. Any news that's come out that's been very positive or negative, even doesn't really matter. Any information that comes out, they'll list it all here, all consolidated in one place. Listings whenever it gets listed to a new spot, and so on and so forth. So tons of the news, they'll put that there. The latest from Cointelegraph, any news that popped into the Cointelegraph news, they'll also post that here. So last thing was 7 days ago. And then it tells you all the market data for the coin and everything like that. So right now we're at 32.94, seems to be dipping a little. Let's go back to that live chart and see what we're gonna be doing. All right, cool. So we're here on this live chart again. Like we talked about, it's riding in this channel. So it's about to come back down, should hit about $32.60 before it turns back up. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of a smaller time frame here. This is the 15-minute candles. As you can see, it's been riding in the channel nicely, hit that top, came back down. It's about to hit the bottom of this channel. Right now it's $32.90. What would be very nice is if it just came down and tapped this and headed back. Now, if it breaks below this line, which is 5 minutes from now, if it breaks down below this line, then we are going to exit the trade, because we don't want to be greedy. We want to take profits. So the one thing that I have been learning with the trading is you do have to take profits. If you see that a coin is doing really well, if it's like, for example, you're in Polkadot and you're up 80%, and then all of a sudden it has a bad couple, 2 days in a row, like a week in a row, all of a sudden you went from an 80-cent profit down, or 80% profit down to a 20% profit. You just lost 60% when you could have simply taken your coin, moved it over to a USDT, right? So that way your coin, your money doesn't drop or go up, or transfer over to Bitcoin or whatever the case may be, and then run with the option there. So by the way, this is financial education. This is financial entertainment. This is not financial advice. This is just the system and the style that I am using, and something that I'm trying out new for myself. So the good news is, if you're looking at this here, it did bump off the top. It bumped off the top here, came down, bumped off the top here. So it's continuing to follow this pattern. Now, the one thing that'll be interesting though, is we do have a little bit of a divergence here, because this is showing uptrend while this is showing downtrend. So when something like that happens, if this right here is showing down and this is showing up, then usually that means that down is coming very, very soon. So we might be exiting out of this trade here shortly, because I do not want to end up losing my profits, like we just talked about. But we're going to wait until this 15-minute candle closes, because we're going to see where it goes, see if it taps off here. Sometimes it'll just reject off and then shoot back up. And like I said, we only have 3 minutes and 45 seconds now. So this actually, if this comes down enough, it could even remove the divergence altogether. Let's even go over to here. So now look at that. So that's another reason you use the line chart also instead of just the wicks. So now this is not a divergence. So that's looking like better news, because if we take this, move that there, and this, if it comes down to there, it's basically sideways. And it puts these pretty close. So it's not a severe divergence, but we'll find out. So we'll see. The other thing, we want to make sure that we're on top of our currencies when we're watching them. If it's a trade, if you're in a trade for a short period of time, you want to be paying attention to them. So it may be time consuming even just to sit there and watch it. The other thing you can do is give yourself a time limit. Hey, I'm going to give myself 24 hours. The reason why I'm watching this chart now is because it already has surpassed my take profit level of 7% minimum, right? So I don't want it to come back down below that. So right now we're at $32.81. It's dropping pretty quickly. And it's looking like we're going to tap off part of our channel here. I mean, we could even adjust. Shorter term. Like that. You don't want to make it work. You want it to be a real trend. All right, so we got 1 minute and 40 seconds. By the way, if you guys have any questions about anything that we've been going over with the different coins over the last little bit, please feel free to mention in the comments. I'm reaching out to everyone in the comments section, trying to reply as much as possible. Also, if you guys want, we did drop some merch. I am winning gear. I'm really big into manifestations, positive motivation, things of that nature, and I am winning. You know, a lot of times you can have some bad days. Life can be bad. I don't know about you guys, but I went through some tough times in my life. You know, not everything's peaches and cream. So telling yourself you're a winner, telling yourself you're beautiful, telling yourself you're awesome, telling yourself you're the man, you're the woman, whatever the case may be, is very powerful. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're a winner every day, and it'll change your life. You just have to start believing it, and great things can happen to you as well. So anyway, we got hats, we got t-shirts, we got coffee mugs, and we also have cell phone cases. IamWinningStore.com. IamWinningStore.com if you want to check that out. So here we go. We're coming down to the final minute of this 15-minute candle and also the hourly candle. So we got the hourly candles closing. So look at this. It's starting to form an M-style pattern. So this may be taking a dive down here. We may be transferring out Polkadot. I mean, the only thing that bothers me is how, look at this momentum right here. This price, this is your average price. When you do a TDI, this is your average price here. And it's in a huge uptrend. You know, obviously this uptrend is such a higher trend. This one is at a softer, smoother level. So the other thing is you just wait it out, it comes down a little bit and then it bumps back up. So, you know, that's the exciting part of trading. All right, so let's take a look at the candle. What happened here? All right, so the new hourly has started. Sure enough, look at that. It actually came down, made a bottom piece of the wick. It actually hit the line, right? So exactly the line we're talking about, our trend line. And now it is headed back up in the positive direction. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Now let's go look at the 15-minute chart. So the 15 minutes starting to pump up. Now this is a good sign for the 15-minute chart, because if this, like how we were worried about the hourly, now if this pokes through the blue line, let's go ahead and delete that. Pokes through the blue line, which is called the Bollinger Band, and starts showing positive momentum, which it's looking like we're getting, and then it breaks through the red line, that is when we know for a fact that something great could be happening. So we also have an EMA ribbon that I use. So the EMA ribbon shows that we are still in the long, right? So it went long way down here. In fact, it went long right when I went in at $3.20. So it went long, we went long, and it's been long. Long meaning a positive buy signal. So anyway, DOT looks strong. We're gonna keep watching it. So that's the other thing too. You gotta have a little bit of patience. You can see here that it didn't go below there much. So now it's gonna head its way back up. So now hopefully we get back up to the chart over here, about $33.80, something along those lines. Maybe we can get all the way up to that $34.60 and break through it actually. Let's see if some positive momentum back to all-time high over $40 for Polkadot. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you later.